Hidey-Ho Friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle, your independent Scentsy consultant. And if you need a consultant, or even if you don't, check out that description box below. I usually put tons of information there, including things that I may have forgotten or things that I said wrong in the video. So I've been promising you my final thoughts on the Bring Back My bars, along with my full rating system and spreadsheet that I use to keep track of scents. And this is finally the day. I apologize for taking so much time. I'm a perfectionist. I try to get everything just right, and eventually I just have to decide that's enough. Just do it, right? If you're like that, you totally understand. So the spreadsheet that I keep, so there's maybe a little misconception on that. I don't keep it to track scents that I love, because those are the easy ones to remember. I keep it to track all the others. Maybe scents that I don't care for, that I just thought were okay, that were super strong or super weak, all those details. Yeah, so with keeping the spreadsheet, I'm not going to repurchase a scent that I hated 2 years ago. Now, I do always say give a chance, you know, your nose changes, that kind of thing. But most likely, if I thought it smelled like rotten garbage 2 years ago, I know now not to spend my money on it again, right? I mean, let's just be real. Okay, on my actual rating system. So in my first sniffs, I talked about the first part of my rating system, and that is a 1 through 5 star scent appeal, I guess, to my nose. And the 1 through 5 star I came up with because I didn't need 1 through 10. I wanted to narrow it down a little bit, and Amazon, Walmart, Target, everywhere you look online is usually a 5-star rating system. And sometimes you can see that there are half stars. So some of those numbers I have half stars, some I don't. If you saw my previous video, 1 through 5 is how I go. 3 is a neutral. I don't like it, I don't dislike it. And going higher in the stars, just like you would do on reading reviews online, going higher to say 5 is that I really like it, I love it. Going down is that I don't like it. So in the same manner, for strength, I use a grade system. So like you get in school, A, B, C, D, and F. C is average or a medium scent throw. Going up in the grades is stronger, going down is weaker, right? We'll talk more, and I'll kind of show you my actual like tags for each scent, each number and each letter. So, you know, I have a number on scent appeal, a letter on scent throw, and then on longevity of a scent, I use a plus and minus system, and I'll go into that more in a little bit when we switch views, because I feel like that's a little harder to explain without a visual. So I guess that's it before we switch views. So let's switch views and we will get into all of it. All right. Okay, so to get a visual, I just printed these out. Nothing special. So the 1 through 5 system here explains 3 is neutral. When you go down, 2 is dislike, 1 is hate. And you can kind of get a visual with this as well. This is what I thought on cold sniff and how I rated them in my first impressions video. So 3 is neutral, 3.5 I slightly like, 4 I definitely like, 4.5 really like, 5 love. And then going down, dislike for a 2, and 1 is hate. And I mentioned in my first impressions video, I can tell you right now, another scent in the 1 category for me on hate is Perfect Peppermint. I know. Some of you love it. Many of you probably love it. I just don't like peppermint. Okay. Next is the ABCDF system for the strength of the scent. C is your medium of the road. It's an average scent, as expected, kind of. B is a medium strong, so you're getting a little better grade. So you are a little more strong, you know, above average. A is you are doing really good. You are a strong performer. D is you're a little below average. You're medium light. F is light. And you will see there are two little extra things here. If a scent is super, super strong and fills the entire house, I can only think of one scent that's ever done that for me. It would get a double A. AA for super strong. If there's a scent I don't smell at all, never did, when it was warming, I would give it a double F. So there's, you know, those two caveats right there on, you know, a little extension to this. But, so we've got, it gets a number and it gets a letter, right? And then on longevity, I give it a plus for days, a minus with hours. So on the plus, if it lasted 3 days, it's a +3. If it lasted 4, +4. If it only lasted, say, 3 hours, it gets a -3. If it lasted 8 hours, but nothing beyond that, it gets a -8. So I might have a 5 scent that I love, do poorly on strength, so it gets an F. It only lasted 4 hours, so it gets a -4. So on my spreadsheet, the grade it gets is a 5F -4. I may hate the scent, but it is strong, and it lasted 2 days. So it gets a 1A +2. And here's just a little example on that double A. And that double A, the only one I can think of that fits that is inhale, exhale. I literally had it on one end of my house. And when I came in the back door, on the other end of the house, I could smell it throughout the entire house. So, here's an example of something like that. 3.5 means I slightly like it. Double A means it filled the entire house. It was ridiculously strong. You can, of course, say that's a good thing or a bad thing. And it lasted 7 full days. Or, on the opposite side, you could have a 4.5. A scent that I really like, but it got a double F because I never smelled it. And a -0 because it didn't even last 1 hour. Alright, so that's that. Here we have our, where all of these scents landed on cold sniff for me. And that's just, you know, my first impressions, okay? And many of you disagreed with me. I absolutely know that. These are my scent preferences, right? This is not general public customer, you know, scent ratings here. This is what I personally think of the scents, okay? Use it how you will. If you know you like scents similar to mine, maybe you like, you know, would like these in this way. Okay, first impressions, this is how they landed. We'll start with 1. I really, really hated it. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. I think I even said it smelled like rotten fruit. Very Perry pumpkin. But look at that. It landed at a slightly like. Can you believe it? So, it is just plain pumpkin to me with a little hint of pear. Yes, to me, it does smell like baby food. I can absolutely see why people said that. Absolutely. So, that one is going to actually, in the final rating, go in 3.5. Another one that moved. Buckleberry. I originally thought it was a 2. I disliked it. But then it landed in 3. and it was an average performer, so it got a C. I think there's just a little too much earthy type of scent in here to my nose, and that's why I did not like it to begin with. But warm, you know, those deep dark fruits came out, and it was nice. So yeah, it's just I don't like it. I don't dislike it though, so it landed in 3. And then we've got Root Beer Float, and Root Beer Float started in 2, stayed in 2. I know plenty of you love this, and I don't blame you. I can see the scent appeal here. I just like to drink root beer, not smell my entire house with root beer fragrance, right? So, stays a 2. Lemon Coconut Chiffon. I actually put this in 3, so a neutral. Don't dislike it, don't like it. And it ended up in a 4 and was an average performer with a C. So that's how the rating went on that one. Of course, my dog's going to bark now. I do like this scent. It's just not one that I really need or would crave, really. So, yeah, a 4. Just like it. Oh, he's my little guard dog. Alright, next we've got another one originally marked as a 3, French Toast. I didn't like it. I didn't dislike it. It went down to a 2, and it was strong for me. It went down to a 2 for me because it was too much maple, too much cinnamon. But, you know, I can definitely see the scent appeal on this one as well. Then, Love You Very Much. I got started as a 3, ended as a 3. I'm trying to get this to focus, and I've been having trouble on the autofocus now. Anyway. Love You Very Much. Started as 3, ended as 3. Average performer. I mainly just got cranberry from this one, and it was okay. It wasn't unique in any way to my nose, so it goes in 3. Another one that started as a 3, stayed as a 3. Don't like it, don't dislike it. It's Blueberry Pancakes. And this scent, it's just not my scent preference. If you like bakery, I definitely would recommend trying it. It was an average performer for me. It does have a little bit of maple. It does have some cinnamon. So if you have strong feelings towards either of those, just know that it does have that in there. Blackberry Orange Marmalade. Started as a 3, ends as a 3, and again, to me, it just wasn't anything special. It wasn't sweet. Maybe that's why I didn't have it on the like side a little bit, but it was nice. Just nothing special like I really thought it would be from the name. So, started as a 3, stayed as a 3, goes in the 3 stack. We've got Cutie Pie Cupcake. This started as a slightly like it, but warm. Ooh, I really like this one. Yeah. It doesn't scream bakery scent to me, warm. Although, maybe you could say that it does, oh, my laptop just turned off. Maybe you could say that it does, but for me, it was kind of a pleasant, I guess, citrus scent. Anyway, didn't scream cupcake to me personally. It went from a 3.5 to a 4.5 and was an average performer. Next is Blonde Wood and Moonflower. This one originally got a 3.5, changed to a 4. And was medium strong. So for me, on cold, this smelled like old lady perfume. A bit much on the powdery, woodsy type of notes. Warm though, this did kind of cream out and smooth out. So it did get moved up from a 3.5 to a 4. Put it in the 4 spot now. Now we've got Simply Irresistible. It is started as a 3.5, stayed as a 3.5. Slightly like it. Average performer, so it got a C. It's a masculine scent. A little on the, I guess, clean, kind of fresh green type of note. It's okay. I like it. Slightly like it. Caramel Vanilla Delight. 3.5 before on cold, first impressions. 3.5 final thoughts, and a B. It was slightly it was medium strong on strength for me. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why this is not focusing. And now my little guard dog wants in. Yeah. All right, we will put this in the 3.5 section. Next, what my 4 stack. So I definitely liked these scents on first impressions. Let's see how those changed. Bamboo Yuzu went from a 4 to a 2. That's right, too much green. Bit of green bean even, as I said in my warm review, and was medium strong on strength, so it got a B. Moves to the 2 stack. Inner Peace, a 4, and it stayed a 4. Actually, I warmed this again. I think this might even be a 4.5 for me. Anyway, right, this Inner Peace is the one that's, yeah, the lemon. Anyway, I think this would be, if you can't handle the coconut lemongrass, this would be a good replacement for that. The lemongrass in that other scent is a little bit too much. This, the lemon, and I think cypress and woods are beautiful together. So I like this one, and it was a medium strong performer. Next is Summer Rain, and this one started as a 4, but when I warmed it, it went down to a 3. It's not a video unless you drop something. That's what someone, one of the YouTubers, wax tubers, said. Okay, so Summer Rain from a 4 to a 3. Y'all, this is really bugging me, and I don't know how to fix the... It used to do this perfectly until I went to that concert and someone else took a picture. Anyway, 4 to a 3. Summer Rain. Okay, so this was a little too green, kind of dewy for me, and a little too floral. So it is definitely a more subdued version of Thunderstorm, but still... it was that floral note. So this goes to a 3 for me. Coconut Vanilla Orchid. Started as a 4, stays as a 4. I liked this. I mainly got the orchid note with some vanilla, a little bit of powderiness. And D, it was a lighter performer for me. Did well in a small room. So we will put that in the 4 stack. Another 4 that stays a 4 is Enchanted Mist. I liked it first impression, and it stayed in that same range. I don't really like it. I don't love it. You know, it's the one with apple and a little bit of floral, jasmine and rose, I think is what the scent notes say. It's nice. It's not something I'm going to crave. It's not something I got to have. Stays a 4. Cotton Candy Cookie. So this one, this is kind of a funny one. Okay, so on first impression, I gave it a 4. I liked it. I was intrigued. I warmed it. I think it might have been the first scent I warmed in my bedroom, and I loved it. It was a super sweet raspberry, scent with just a little bit of that cookie note. And then this past week, I warmed it at work, which, by the way, for some reason, scents do so much better at work. Well, I know why. As I've mentioned before, I have air purifiers throughout my entire house, so that definitely alone is going to do that. I don't have at work. It is a closed-off receptionist area, and then I have one in the back where I am, and there's not a ton of air movement, so things do better there. Anyway, things also occasionally smell different there, and when I warmed this there, it smelled kind of like wax, just like wax. I don't know what happened to that. Where'd the sweet raspberry go? Anyway, and then when it did that, I thought, what the heck? So I brought it home and I warmed it again here at home in this room that we're in right now, my what I call Disney room, or my daughter's room. She doesn't live here anymore, but she's an adult, obviously. I guess that's obvious. Anyway. And I got the wax scent again. So, yeah, this went from a 4, ended up at 3.5, and was a decent performer, a medium strong. So, 3.5 stack. I'm sorry, I need to go faster here, huh? So, next we have Flower Child. And it started as a 4.5, ended as a 4. I like it. I gave it an F, though, because it's light for me. It's a combination to my nose of pink haze and sugar. That's a good thing. But it's not something that I really, really like. I'm going to reach for, I'm going to crave, that kind of scent for me. Next, we've got Pineapple Coconut Vanilla. I'm going to have to play with my phone and figure out what this focus issue is about. Pineapple Coconut Vanilla. Started as a 4.5. Really like it. I know I like it in, it's in the body care in the catalog right now. Really thought I would love it in the wax, but you know what? It is so powdery when it is warm. Yeah, it's just, I like it. It's not a scent I gotta have. So it goes to 4. Zeppelin started as a 4.5. Now it's a 3.5. And, C for average performance. So I was really impressed in first impressions with this scent, but warm, it was just a slightly like it. I'm not huge into the masculine cologne type scents anyway, so it did surprise me that I liked it so much cold. Warm, it came out a little more kind of in your face. Not really punching you in the face though, so it got to a slightly like at 3.5. Love and Happiness started as a 4.5. I was very intrigued on this one. What is it? Glazed chestnuts and sugar and vanilla or something like that. However, warm for me. In a bedroom, I could smell the smoky note, a smoky note. I thought I was crazy, but there have been other YouTubers mention that. And then, so I moved it into the large living room, high ceiling area, and this actually did well there. So it's not one that I gotta have. Went down to a 3.5 to just slightly like it, just because it's a little intriguing and different, really. Strong performer, got an A. Berry of Paradise started as 4.5, stays a 4.5. I don't know. I like strawberry scents, I guess. And this is a little better to me than Strawberry Swirl. Strawberry Swirl is a little sour milky type note. This creamy note in this one is better to my nose. So I really like it. It gets a C for performance, just average. I wish it was stronger, but don't you always wish the scents you liked were stronger? Yeah. So, C. 4.5. My Only Sunshine. This started as a 5. I remembered it from when it was in the catalog. That I loved it then. Warming it again. 4.5. It's not a scent that I have to have, but I do really like it. So it will probably at least go in my club for a little bit. It may not stay forever, but it is a really good scent. Unique to me. D on the scent. This really actually did great at work. Back in the back with me, it did great. And we even had tons of fans going because there was a pipe bust and they were coming in anyway. They brought all kind of fans and dehumidifiers and that kind of thing. But it still did well with that. So I was surprised. So maybe this is not a D. Maybe I do at least need to give it a C. Anywho, okay. That's what it ended up. That's what it is on my spreadsheet. Forever Yours started as a 5. Stays a 5 because I love this scent. Oh my gosh. But look at that. F. I can smell it if I'm right next to it. But that's it. And it lasted, you know, maybe a day. But really, I mean, you shouldn't have to stand right next to a scent to smell it. So this will go into the 5 where it was. So as far as club worthy, in my opinion, we're going to focus on the 4.5 and 5s. Obviously, 5s will go in there. If I don't end up getting decent performance, even after these have cured, Forever Yours will then come out of my club. But for now, it goes in. 4.5. Cutie Pie Cupcake. Berry of Paradise. And My Only Sunshine. These are 4.5s. They will go in my club for now. They may come out before the next shipment because I have purchased more of all 3 of these. So I have more time to decide if I want to leave them in there. And that's that. So let's move these up here. And we will then look at my spreadsheet. Just a quick peek. Okay, here's a little peek at my spreadsheet that I promised. I have several columns, as you can see. One, I have the scent, obviously. You got to know the scent to keep up with your thoughts on them. Then I have description to give all the scent notes. This is the same spreadsheet that I use when I'm doing my videos. Or anytime something pops into clearance or whatever, I'm going to start using this because of the whole blackberry meringue issue. But anywho, then I've got category. That may be my category that I personally put it in. It could be Scentsy's category, or it could be both if I agree with them. Then I have availability. I have on here when scents were available. So as you can see, Berry of Paradise, Bring Back My Bar, June this year, but it was scent of the month, August of 2017. If it was in prior Bring Back My Bars, I have that there as well. The rating, I don't normally keep track of my first impressions and my final rating, but this time I did just so I could do this video. But yeah, so there's that rating. There's where, that means where I warmed it, whether I warmed it in the master bedroom, the living room, you know, the laundry room, the entryway, the kitchen, all of that. Which are separate areas, by the way. I call it a large living room, open, high ceilings, but it's just the living room. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Comments. That's kind of my thoughts, my comments, maybe even other people's thoughts. If I found it interesting, noteworthy, that kind of thing. And then repurchase. Would I repurchase it? It's yes, no, or maybe. That's simple as is. And all the way to the left, I have a video column Obviously, that's not necessary. I use that for the YouTube videos. I have my own little coding for that. So I can sort them as I need them for videos. You know, if it's a club, it's highlighted. Yeah, so if you would like me to email you this spreadsheet, this uses Microsoft Excel, so you would have to have that. I don't know if it works with other systems, but anyway, if you want me to email you this, it will not include my ratings because I'm sure you have completely different thoughts and rating than I do. But if you want the spreadsheet that has the cents, the description, the category, the availability, yeah, just shoot me an email. My email address is in the description box below if you'd like to have this, you know, to use yourself. And I guess that's it. Let's wrap this baby up. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. Do you have a rating system? That's what I want to know. Do you track? Do you have a rating system? I want to know those two things. Well, that's it for now. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.